Hey there, everybody. Gideon's Tactical here. This is the in-depth review of the Gerber Yari 2 Tactical Soldier Knife by Gerber. This is made in the USA in Portland, Oregon, right there on the blade. Made out of S30V steel, so very good quality, high-end steel, much stronger than, say, like 1095 high carbon. You're looking at a total length of 9.5 inches. You're looking at a blade length of 4.25 inches. You got your Tanto blade, full flat grind, razor sharp out of the box with serration. It does not come plain edged. You got a really nice strong tip, but can pierce extremely well. Very well ground on both sides. Nice thick blade, full tang. The blade is 4.9 ounces, which is an insanely light blade for a full tang knife like this. They did an amazing job. This is definitely a fighting knife or a tactical blade. This isn't what I would necessarily recommend for taking out into the bush, and doing your survival stuff. This isn't really designed for that. They do make a drop point version that is almost impossible to find because this particular model, both the Tanto and the drop point, are discontinued by Gerber. The Tanto is still pretty accessible online, but the drop point is almost impossible to find. And the drop point would definitely be a little bit better for out in the woods, survival stuff. But this is definitely like a tactical, military, survival type of knife, in urban fighting environments. So, full tang, like I said. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other specs before we kind of jump into it here. I don't think so. Let's just go for it. I saw this knife at a crazy good price, and I purchased it. And I am very impressed. Now, I do not care for Chinese foreign-made Gerbers. I think they're junk. They use pretty crappy steel. They're basically low-end, very, very low-end pocket knives or overseas-made knives. But when you get into the Gerber's U.S.-made knives, that you start to see some really good designing and really good quality. This is one of the most well-designed knives and sheaths I've ever seen. So we're going to try and get into it here. The 4.25 inch blade is perfect for fighting and most utility tasks. I would think. I'm by no means an amazing knife fighter, but this would be what I would be considering carrying if I was running and gunning overseas, in a military situation, or if America went to heck and everyone was on their own surviving for themselves. This is definitely what I would turn to. This is a great truck or car knife. In that sense. The S30V Crucible steel is a great high-quality steel. You're going to get a very good edge on it. It's going to hold its edge for a very long time. The point itself is very strong, very good quality, and the serrations are very, very sharp. This is a very sharp blade with the full flat grind. It's going to cut extremely well, pierce extremely well, go through steel, go through most body armor, different things like that. This is definitely going to pierce and cut like nobody's business. So good thickness, I believe, as well. Again, this isn't a batoner. This isn't something you want to necessarily take into the woods and go surviving with. This is for fighting and for tactical type of use. But the full tang, very strong. You could definitely use this as a glass breaker. Got a nice big lanyard hole for paracord. Jimping all along here. The handle feels amazing. Now that I'm going to kind of talk about the choils here. The finger choils are great. You got this jimping under here, grabs your finger. Your finger isn't slipping, and you got this thumb ramp with this more jimping that just digs in really well. So regardless if you're wearing gloves or whatever, this is going to give you really good traction to be able to stab, and pierce really hard. Punch through stuff. If you're carrying it, holding it in reverse grip, feels great. You're not going to be sliding down and accidentally cutting yourself on the blade. Do be careful about this. This kind of looks like a finger choil, and I guess you could use it as that. I was testing out, doing a couple little cuts with it like this, and my finger slid up on the blade just slightly and cut my finger pretty good right there. So just be careful. I would not use this as a finger choil. It's just too close to this little edge right here and could cut yourself. So just be conscious of that. But the jimping, you can just see it. The jimping here on either side is just really well done. Really good thumb ramp. Really good. Really well designed. And the grooves in your hand, I wear large size gloves. I got full purchase on here, really nice, not too thick but not too thin, fits perfectly in my hand, just a great feeling in my hand knife. Now the handle scales are made out of machined aluminum, and you can see these are very deep grooves, and they feel actually really good in your hand. Now if the temperature is cold, these will get cold And, if you're wearing, if it's like 30 degrees out and you have bare hands, you're definitely going to feel this knife. It's cold. But, if you're wearing gloves or it's just normal day out, or whatever, or you're in the desert, it could possibly get hot. If you're in 120 degrees, that is something I didn't think about. If it's 120 degrees and the sun's beating down on this handle, this could get hot to your bare skin. So just think about that as well. But great texturing. I was a little leery of the aluminum, but, it feels great in your hand. My hand doesn't slip at all. And it's just really well designed texturing there, and I really like that. And regardless if you're pounding on a window or you're stabbing and thrusting, this handle is just really well designed. It has the screws, so you could take them off if you wanted to. Maybe if you dropped it in salt water or something like that. So the knife itself is just, I'm so impressed. I'm so thankful I bought it because of the being it discontinued and it's not going to be around forever. This is definitely going to be my new truck/tactical run and gun knife. That's going to be my urban EDC bag. This thing is definitely going in my urban EDC bag, and I know it's going to treat me well over the course of my life. Lifetime warranty as well. The sheath is one of the most well-designed sheaths I've ever seen. Very thin. Thin profile here. You got a drainage hole. You got lashing loops all throughout here. The knife clicks in. You can see from here from the side. The finger guards click into place and keep it from. That's no rattle. That's just this thing flapping up against it. No rattle. Extremely well retained. It's not, I'm pulling on it. It's not coming out. But it's well designed enough that if I put my thumb on here, I can just push this baby out and it comes right out. And I can totally flip it over and go the opposite way and click it in that way. So either way you want to orient the knife, it does exceedingly well. And you can just push it right back out. It does have these nylon straps on here. You don't have to use the nylon if you don't want to. But it feeds through here. Has a button. It's really nice and strong and thick with a large belt loop holder. I'd say that would probably fit most tactical belts, gun belts type of thing. But, you click it in there, you click the button shut, and boom, there you go. And you can carry it on your belt, or you can carry it with through your molly and loop this through your molly. This is just like Black Hawk stuff. It pops out. Let's see if I can do it here for you. Raise tab. You got to kind of jack with it a little bit here. Let's see if I can do it on screen here for you guys. Without spending too much. There we go. You just pull it up and boom. So you feed this through your molly or different types of backpacks. You got this other webbing back here. You can take it off if you want to and run your thinner belt through here so you can wear it horizontal versus vertical. And so this just clicks back in here. Really nice. It comes with this extra set down here so you can molly it twice basically. And it velcros around this section right here. If you didn't want that, you're just carrying around your belt, you just unvelcro that, and boom, there's the sheath itself where you wear around your belt. It does also come with a different type of mounting system for holsters, leg holsters as well. So it's basically like 5 different ways you can carry this knife, and it's retained super well. It's just super well designed sheath. Gerber knew what they were doing with this particular knife, and I can't believe they discontinued it. So let's talk about purchasing this. If you're seeing this and you like this blade, see if I can present it to you here a little bit better. If you're seeing this review and you're liking this blade, I am super impressed. I am so thankful I purchased this knife, and Gerber knows what they're doing when it comes to their U.S. knives. This knife is still available, even though it's discontinued. You can find it on most internet sites if you look and kind of hunt and peck for around definitely over $100 by far. It is S30V, high quality steel. You're looking at probably around $150, I would say, is usually what I see when I do find it. It's around $150. And then if you do want the drop point, you can find like maybe 1 or 2, and I'm talking like $300 for this exact same design but drop point. So the drop points are even harder to find. For the price, if you're paying around $150-ish, maybe even a little higher, and you like this knife, or you're collecting them, or you're just a really, you're running and gunning, man, you need a knife to save your life, this is the knife to get. And if you like this, you like the Tanto design, for around $150, you're going to get a very good quality U.S.-made knife out of S30V high-end steel with an amazing sheath, lifetime warranty, and you're going to be able to do a lot of work with this knife without worrying and breaking it and chipping it and doing things like that. So this is an amazing tank of a knife. I would highly recommend it if you're a police officer, SWAT, soldier, military, whatever. This is the knife for you if you can still get your hands on them, and I know that they're going to be going fast, and it's going to be harder and harder to find these particular Gerber Yari 2 made out of the S30V Crucible CPM steel. So hopefully this helps you out. Thanks for watching. Stay equipped and stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.